How do you bounce back? How do you bounce back? Well, if you already have an idea, put it in the chat area before we get together. And I want to just share the text to talk and the takeaway. The text to talk and the takeaway. The text this morning is 1 Samuel 36 and following. 1 Samuel 36 and following. It's the end of the book of Samuel. And this is what is going on. It is a powerful story of David. David going back to Ziklag with his band of men. He gets back to his village and his encampment, and see that the enemy has run roughshod, taken everything, taken their women, their children, their belongings and all. And 30 and 6, 1 Samuel 30 and 6 says this: David was so distressed that because the men were about to stone him due to the defeat that they had encountered. The men said, you know what, David? Your leadership is so bad. We have been defeated so bad. We're going to get rid of you. David was some kind of upset. And here it is. Here is what David does as a result of the defeat that they have encountered. How do you bounce back? How do you bounce back when you are doing God's work? How do you bounce back in your relationships? How do you bounce back when you know what you are doing is of God? There are 4 things I want to share with you this morning, because this is something that I just not only want to speak to the Manna fam, I want to speak this into the hearts of the congregation that I have the honor and the absolute privilege of leading. The first thing that you need to do when you got to bounce back is do not have a pity party. Absolutely do not have a pity party. Don't send out any invitations to a pity party. And I want you to notice what David does. It's the famous text that we read so many times. David encouraged himself. David encouraged himself. He didn't say, hey, look, will you feel sorry for me? Will you do that? No, he didn't. He encouraged himself. When things were looking down, David said, you know what? I'm going to pull myself together, and then I'm going to encourage myself, which leads me to the second thing that I want you to get. Don't take it personal. Now, David could have taken it personal. He's been leading for a while. These are the men that have been following him since Saul has been chasing him. And now what happens is, in this moment of defeat, what happens is this. David says, you know what? This work is of God. This work is of God. So don't take it personal. So often what happens when we're doing the work of God and things don't go the way we want them to go, we begin to personalize it. We begin to, and that will cause you to feel pitiful and feel sad and feel sunken and feel as if, oh my God, discouraged. You begin to take it in such a manner that it's all about you. The work of God is not all about you. It's all about God. It's all about Him. So there is no reason, if things don't go the way you think they should go, that you hope they should go, that then you turn around and then take it personal. It's about God. Whoever attacked you, attack God. That's what Moses said. Moses said, wait a minute. Y'all coming at me? You're actually coming at God, because I'm doing what God has called me to do. Here's the third thing that I want you to get. Now, there's 4 today, so don't check out. The third thing is this: have a plan. Have a plan. In verse 7 in the 30th chapter of 1 Samuel, David inquires of the Lord. Now, I want you to notice something. David is, of course, a person that goes to battle, right? He's a soldier, par excellence. David can get the job done on the battlefield. Remember, not only can he play, he can fight. And notice this. I want you to notice what he does. He has on his war clothes when they come after him, when he's dealing with situations. But then he goes and put on the ephod. The ephod is a priestly garment when the priest is going to go before the Lord. David puts on an ephod because he is now about to inquire of God so that he can get a plan. So he can get a plan. This is God's work, not his work. It's not what he wants to do. It's what God wants done. It's not that he sits back and have a pity party, because it's all about what God is going to do through him. So what does he do? David inquires. He puts on the ephod. He goes and says, I've got to get a word from the Lord. I'm going to put an ephod on. And so this isn't over. So what's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this. What may look like a defeat is really a delay and a setback for a comeback. What may look like a defeat on the surface is really a delay and a setback for a comeback. Now, let me just share this with my congregation that's watching right now. I want you to know that on last night, when the city council did not vote to move our plan forward to what we want to do on God's property, I need you to know something this morning. First of all, I appreciate your concern about me, but this is not about me. This is the Lord's work. This is God's work. And therefore, I'm not going to be in a pity party. And the people I lead are not going to be in a pity party. We're going to inquire of God. We're going to get a plan. And we understand that this has just been a setback, a delay for the comeback and set up what God has for us. This is all about the Lord. This is all about the Lord. It's not about us. So the Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you, give you peace. And for my life changers, lift your face up. God's got us. We're just carrying out what God wants us to do. It's all about him. The Lord be with you today. Face shine upon you, give you peace. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. God bless you. Bye now.